That one looks pretty nice, doesn't it?
It is. It's got a nice little vibe to it there. It's not a cheap trophy. Look at that. Even it looks like placed and inscribed. They're gonna etch in the name. Whoever gets it done.
Looks like Jeff, a little bit to me like the Football World Cup. You know, it's like a mini version of that.
Mm-hmm. So heads up is always interesting because you just don't know who has really played that much, and generally the answer is not much. People aren't doing. You know, it's not like doubt Sam's playing much heads up ever. Ivan as well. I have no idea, but I would just imagine. You know, it's just one of the forms of poker you don't really get to practice much. So
Sam elected to raise up Jack 4 offsuit this time. Ivan defends the dominating Jack 9 of diamonds in the big blind. And well, they see a pretty bad board here.
Sam's going to bet.
Deuce.
Got a c-bet. I mean, Ivan actually has a pretty good hand to stick around or even check raise potentially.
Right, overs, backdoor flush draw.
And this is a spot where I think you kind of see, you know, he doesn't give much consideration to calling. I think that's one where you can say that maybe he's just not as comfortable playing heads up, but you know, it's a big deal. Even just calling there, it's like Sam's going to have an awkward turn decision. He's dominated, and there's a lot of great turn cards for Ivan. One thing Ivan is not afraid. He is ready to go for it, make some bluffs, and realizes Sam's an experienced player. May want to kick up the variance a bit, try to put him in some tough spots. I like to mystery hand sometimes to see what's going on. At home, get to play along, think what do they got.
They've both been mixing it up with some button raises and some button limps. So it's hard to get beat on these guys.
About 700K would Sam would go sizing if he's going to raise. He just calls. See a flop. Mystery hands here. 450 in the middle. Players relatively even. Stacked.
Ace 9-6. Certainly one that favors the raiser.
Yeah.
Jeff, obviously Sam are going to 3-bet a lot of those strong aces.
See Ivan with the small about quarter bet there. And Sam is going to hang around for at least a turn.
Yeah, fairly broken board, isn't it? I mean, rainbow, there's some connectivity around the 9-6, but...
So Ivan bets small, gets called. See if he's going to size up here and take a shot. Again, we don't know what he has. Might just have the ace or best hand, but go a little bigger.
Right, you certainly expect a larger size bet on the turn. And looks like he's gone half pot.
Yep, put pressure on 6s, 9s, and draws 7, 8, 8,
right,
10,
there's a lot of those, yeah, the 5-7s, those dirty gut shots that get to call for such a small price on the flop now have to fold the turn.
It's fun to play mystery, but I'd love to. Then it's nice to see, though. I wonder, what did Ivan have there?
We've got a long list of hands we've got to ask about, Jeff. I'm kind of beginning to forget some of them.
Matthias is the one, the 6X.
I think it's 6. That was the fun one.
He claimed value, I believe, or said something about value, but Sam's relinquished his massage. Just pure focus now.
It's had the massage. It's had the banana.
Got the food ordered. Oh, he did get
the banana's been demolished.
He had it?
It's quite the sight.
That's an advanced play to get the snack and then like the food. Did he eat the food too, or he left the meal?
Boy, I don't think he's had the food yet.
Yeah, so that's been nice. A holdover.
And it's Sam Trickett, you know. He doesn't have a banana like you and I would eat a banana. He had it in a bowl, sliced up, and he ate it with a fork. You know, it's pretty advanced play.
Wow.
That's what happens in the 25Ks. You know, you don't have to eat banana like a mere peasant.
Savage, yeah. Just.
All right, nice from Ivan here. Taking it upstairs. Sam opening to 250. Opens has got an ace.
Nice sizing, nice hand selection. I like this a lot. And Sam,
yeah, right.
That's a tricky. That's one that's sort of annoying because 10-6 would not a great hand, but it's like you want to see a flop. You're in position. You got to hoping him just call. But Ivan, nice hand there.
So early trades mean Iván Leow is now the chip leader. Pretty much swapped stacks from the start of this heads-up battle, but still very even, Jeff. We know it's pretty much a flip at this stage who's going to win this one. Eibinger, Matthias, Adams, and Martirosyan. The guys who finished 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Both of these guys guaranteed $290K, but first prize is that whopping $435,000.
Yeah, big payouts now. Playing for several buy-ins. That's the way to look at pay jumps. See the buy-ins. Of course, depends what the amount of the tournament is, but it's at the end of the day, it comes down to the buy-ins you're winning, the units, and there's a nice separation between first and second here.
Ivan this time limping in. Sam checks the dominated hand, 7-3. Jack by 3, all spades. Ivan has the live spade draw. Sam with bottom pair, both happy to check this one. Get to a turn where they both pick up a gut shot draw.
Ivan could have bet there with the spade, king high. Wow, very surprised with this turn for Ivan to fold. You know, I'll say this, out of Ivan being, he has an aggressive image. He definitely makes plays. He's shown that he's post-flop, he's willing to make big folds or folds that maybe, you know, are close. He does show that he errs on caution in certain spots, which is actually a little tricky. You know, it's a little bit,
yeah.
Maybe wouldn't think that, right? Based on how his style is aggressive and shows some range, some gears. Does that surprise you, that king 7? Maybe take a stab on the flop? Or
yeah, that surprised me more than the fold on the turn. I think the fold on the turn is at that point he's got like the 7 high flush draw, king high, gut shot, but none of that's screaming out as a good hand to me. But yeah, certainly thought he may stab the flop. Sam raising up button, king 8. Ivan with an ace in the big. This one a little bit more playable than the ace 5 off that we saw in 3-bet a moment ago, so decides just to call with it. Queen 8 deuce. Sam takes the lead. Even has a juicy little king of diamonds there.
Yeah, problem with calling the ace 9, and I agree, it does, you know, dominate some other aces, some middling aces or whatnot. It's just hard to connect the ace 9. It's just a lot of times you're gonna just completely whiff, and can't blame him for sticking on here. Could definitely have the best hand. If you're Sam, this is not a great card. Get called. Right. You're thinking, sort of connects with some of the maybe gut shots, jack 10s, jack 9s.
Yeah, the 9-10 and 9-10, and the jack 10. Both make a pair.
I think Sam's going to be happy to go to showdown here, although he get a check again. Thinking maybe he's got the better 8 or deuce. He could get some value out of some hands.
8 with an overcard is probably handy still has to value bet, but I don't know, maybe not. I mean, does Ivan?
Yeah, I would like a check there, but
I mean, yeah, Ivan still has quite a lot of 10s.
Yep.
With the diamond rolling off the river. I think if the river was the 4 of spades, for example, then probably squeeze a little bet out there.
I'm not sure if ace 9 I might put ace 9. I would maybe put that into the 3-bet pre. It's close though. I think it has merit both ways on that one.
I think cool. I like the 3-bet with the ace 5 off. It just plays it poorly. But the ace 9, we need to have some strong aces. I mean, it's not super strong
I think
ace,
I
it's nice to have
go either way there for sure. Yeah. I mean, for that reason, right? Because he is gonna have ace 7, ace 6. You're gonna actually beat some of the ace hands he's
right,
opening. Keep him in versus the ace 5. You might get those ace 6, ace 7, ace 8s to fold.
Right.
So.
And also, it's much easier to play if you flop a pair of 9s and a pair of 5s, right? Down the streets.
Yes.
A little walk for Sam. All right. Some garbage. It's been delivered. 8-3 off for Sam. He's going to limp it in. Ivan, not much interest in this one with Jack 4.
Pretty much dead even.
And
Sam
broken board with both of them, right? There's nothing to get excited about here.
I would expect Sam to maybe take a stab on that board just one time. He's got a diamond. He's got the 8. Something just, you know, if he's going to limp a hand like that.
Right.
It just, that surprised me a bit. And Ivan is the benefactor of that situation. Decides he'll take a stab on the turn when it's checked. You know, not that we all heads up. It's sort of in game. Just it's not always. It depends on the opponent. Depends on what you're trying to accomplish. I just think if you're going to limp that hand.
Right, and it's interesting. Obviously, we heard them talking when I think it was 4-handed, and Sam said to Ivan, "I think this is the first time we play together, right?" And Ivan was like, "Yeah, it's the first time." So obviously they would know of each other, and maybe even know each other. But you're feeling someone out. You're playing them heads up. You've not come across them before. There's all sorts going on here. Look at this. The same hands, 9-6 and 9-6 suited.
Sam's wheels spinning, thinking this is a decent hand at 3-bet because, you know, he's thinking if he wants to call or 3-bet, definitely. It's nice to have a suited, sort of connected hand.
Must you have 3 million? Sorry. Look at before. Just kind of.
Yeah, it's one of those hands that it's okay, but it doesn't play that well pre, so it's nice to have some suited hands when you 3-bet pre. That's what it's going through his mind. But is, of course, happy to also see a flop for 240k.
These are fun when they're same hand, essentially. He is suited, but he's out of position. Generally, this is going to favor. Now, the guy who's got position is going to capitalize on this a lot.
Jack 10 deuce, both missed this one.
And again, still kind of a spot. If you're going to open the button, this kind of hand, maybe just take a stab.
Yeah, my guess is he's going to go for a delayed c-bet, right? He's going to make Sam sort of show his hand a little bit. That's what he's done here. Checking for the second time. Oh, Ivan, look at this, checking a third time. All right. Both make a 9. Sam going for a little bit of value, gets snapped. Chop it up, boys.
Chop, sir.
Ah.
Do we know what time the late reg is for the 50k short deck?
I do not know
if
that.
think Ivan's going to
Ivan
find a way in there. Yeah,
he?
he's checking what's going on.
Get me in. Right now he's going to try and win that trophy.
Yeah.
He re-raised you because it was my favorite hand.
Your combination.
Huh?
It's your combination.
Yeah.
If you bet the turn, I'll give up.
I just wanted to play it. I wanted to see the flop.
Really pretty hand, heads up on the button, 10-9 suited. Sam will raise and win. There's the food coming.
Yeah, the rest of it. The fish, the rice, and the veg. Jeff.
Food again. Got to mention how good it is here. Haven't had one thing don't like.
250.
A couple of good solid hands and heads up play. Queen 7 off called the computer hand. That is in a heads up match the dead even. So if you get dealt Queen 7 offsuit, you can basically determine that's in the middle. If anything better, Queen 8 sort of ahead of most likely your opponent's hands. And Sam, they say it off.
Just rips the whole lot in.
There.
No messing around. They're surprising. They're pretty deep. I'm surprised he just rips that one in, Jeff. It's
momentum, just sort of just switch it up a bit. Likely the best hand. What do you think Ivan calls with there? King Queen calls, King Queen just says go for it, or
King Queen suited, I think he's gonna
Yeah.
call. I'm not sure if King Queen fits in the call. Maybe. So like Ace 10 plus, I guess Ace Jack plus maybe.
yeah, Ace 10 would be a hard spot.
Sam on the button. Queen 5. That Queen of Spades looks a little juicy when you raise it up, Jeff. You see Jack 10 3.
Yeah, like the bet here.
Yeah, and he's gone a little small for this kind of texture. Jack 10 with a flush draw is a richer board, but then playing heads up, you know, players are in here with wider ranges, so perhaps happier to keep all his bet sizes small on this kind of board.
See Ivan pause for a second there. He just
He's
that hand deserved more of a
yeah,
flop.
the 8-6 suited. How can you not get anything out of that one? Supposed to pop at least the gut shot, surely.
Heads up, such an art form. You know, let's establish a lead, get a little separation, then you can kind of lean on your opponent, put a little more pressure on, know that if you get it all in and flip, it's not over. If you cover, especially healthily cover, and these guys have been jockeying for position here. Sam has a slight separation, and Ivan, the ace-queen.
Yeah, he's whittling down, but we saw Sam a minute ago just 3-bet jam at ace 8 off. And he's got ace 4 off, and Ivan, he's getting that little bit shorter.
Yeah, Sam plays these small aces pretty aggressively. And he sees he's got separation now, 4.2, 2.7. Could he make a 3-bet?
He's thinking about it again, isn't it? I don't like it again with this. These hands are so disastrous when it goes
goodness.
wrong, and he has
Stepped
gone
into
for it.
And he made a misstep here. And Ivan is going to love what he sees. Sam gets it in ace 4. Ivan snap calls, 71%. You can see there are some chops. The ace 4 though, it's a little more powerful than like the ace 6. You got the wheel possibilities there, but it's
Look at this pot, 6 million chips. I mean, if Sam is obviously the covering stack, but only by a little.
ace queen. Oh,
wow.
Oh, he's got the spade though. It's
wow. He's
ace
got
queen.
the 4 high flush
I'm telling
draw.
you, man. James,
Ivan
mark my words. I'm telling you, ace queen never seems safe ever.
Well, it's looking
The
pretty
river,
good now.
Mr. Ivan.
Siama!
Uh-oh. He's announcing. He's letting what's know. He doesn't want to join short deck yet. Good spot.
1 card away from taking a big chip lead. Heads up against Sam Trickett.
Sam is thinking. Oh, he does it with the
He's
4
okay.
spades.
He played good.
Oh, man.
Deserved to win.
Yeah.
Sam
Oh,
humble in
man.
victory.
Ivan.
He says whoops. I think he knows he made a little misstep there, but that's poker, Jeff. You know, you can get lucky. Ivan Leow, second place finisher, picks up 290k and well, walks straight over to that 50k short text. Sam's face kind of says it all. Did it dirty, but he did do it, Jeff, and that's all that matters. He gets his hand on that beautiful millions trophy.
Wow. Sam Trickett. Late reg. Last one in, last one out.
Right.
Good